Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo says Monday, July 15, Malacanang won't let Philippine security agencies provide drug war documents to the United Nations or UN rights body if it doubts the group's intentions.
If we feel that the question is legitimate, we will respond. But if the question is only designed to fish information that it will use by the inquiring country to embarrass this government, certainly we will not oblige.
However, he says the Philippines may provide the UN Human Rights Council or UNHRC government statistics on the drug war. The Philippine National Police pegs the number of deaths in anti-drug operations at over 5,000. But human rights groups, including Amnesty International, say the deaths have reached around 27,000. Panelo says while the UNHRC adopted the Iceland-drafted resolution for action on the drug crackdown, the Philippines can still choose to not aid the investigation as a sovereign nation. But the Philippines is also a member of the UN and sits in the UNHRC. Panelo previously said the UNHRC resolution was, quote, designed to embarrass the Philippines before the international community and the global audience. The Department of Health or DOH declares a national dengue alert Monday, July 15 as dengue cases continue to rise in the country. The Health Department says the following regions had exceeded the epidemic threshold: Mimaropa, Western Visayas, Central Visayas, and Northern Mindanao. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III says 106,000 dengue cases had been reported from January to June 2019. This is 85% more than compared to the same period in 2018. Duque emphasizes early detection is crucial in order to prevent deaths resulting from dengue. He urges the public to use the 4S strategy for prevention: search and destroy mosquito breeding places, self-protective measures like wearing long sleeves and using insect repellent, seek early consultation on the first signs and symptoms of the disease, and say yes to fogging if there is an impending outbreak. The new mayors of Metro Manila continue to bring change to their localities. In Pasig City, Mayor Sotto announces change in the working hours of the street sweepers in the city.
Dati po, pinagtatrabaho kayo ng 6 na araw sa isang linggo, pero ang sweldo po natin 5 araw lamang. Ina-announce ko po ngayon, simula ngayong linggo, 5 araw na lang po sa isang linggo ang inyong trabaho.
He also announces the opening of Public Information and Complaints Desk, Ugnayan sa Pasig, where constituents can file complaints and requests for public records 24/7. Sotto also orders a physical count of the local government supplies after a recent Commission on Audit report found it cannot account for 1.464 billion pesos in 2018. In Quezon City, Mayor Belmonte forms a task force to oversee the collection and transport of solid waste. The task force will, quote, supervise and manage the collection and transport of solid wastes, as well as collection maintenance and continuity in the city. The task force on solid waste collection, cleaning, and disposal services management is headed by Belmonte herself. In Manila City, Mayor Moreno gathers the media at the City Hall Monday, July 15, where 3 of the city's most wanted suspects and a woman accused of extorting money from vendors stood before rolling cameras.
Mga kababayan ang nanonood, tayo po nagsasayos ng kalye. Sinabi ko na sa inyo, mga organizer, magsipagbalik na kayo sa kani-kaniyang bayan. Hindi na kayo welcome.
The presentation of the suspects served as a warning and a way to tell the public change is coming. Isko does this despite the 2008 Philippine National Police Memorandum Circular declaring presentation of suspects a violation of human rights. Riot police and protesters fight running battles in a Hong Kong shopping mall Sunday night, July 14, as unrest caused by the China extradition bill shows no signs of slowing down. Police used pepper spray and batons against small groups of protesters in a night of violence in the international hub. The clashes took place at the end of another huge rally between the main urban area around the harbor and the Chinese border. The extradition bill has since been suspended by Chief Executive Carrie Lam, but the month-long protests now call for democratic reforms, universal suffrage, and a halt to jeopardizing freedoms in the city. Halep torpedoed Serena Williams' latest bid to capture the Wimbledon Women's 24th Grand Slam Saturday, July 13, where she stormed to a sensational victory in a 56-minute match. The 27-year-old Romanian captured her first Wimbledon after defeating 37-year-old Williams, who was a 7-time Wimbledon champion. Halep says, quote, "I have always been intimidated a little bit when I faced Serena, but today I decided I'm going to focus on myself and on the final of Grand Slam, not on her." In the men's final, Novak Djokovic shattered Roger Federer's bid to become the oldest Grand Slam champion. Djokovic is the first man in 71 years to win the title from match points down. Djokovic says, quote, "Unfortunately, in this type of match, someone has to lose. It is quite unreal to be 2 match points down to come back and strange to play a tiebreak at 12-12. At 4 hours and 57 minutes, their match was the longest Wimbledon final ever played. Federer says he could not believe he had let slip 2 match points, which would have won him his 9th Wimbledon title.